One, two, 1, 2, 3.
Well, what do you think? Got my new cover on my hood on my tractor. Now, that sucker right there come off of a golf cart. We had an old golf cart around and we weren't using it anymore. Matter of fact, it's been tore up for a few years, but it still had the top on it. And I was thinking to myself, I said, let me see if that thing will fit. Man, it fit like a glove. I really couldn't be any more happy. I just got it U-bolted to the top of the roll bar here. I'm gonna cut those long pieces off there still, but it's got a little piece of channel right. I think you can see how it just fits right in there, just like it was made for it. So I got it U-bolted to the roll bar, and then I made these little braces. I just drilled and tapped out those holes right there and mounted a brace back there on this side of the roll bar. And then I come up here and put 2 bolts up in this. Now this bracket right here was actually a part of the golf cart top. And the reason I just went ahead and kept it, if you noticed, you can see it better right here, it's at an angle. Now the angle is actually made that way because you got a windshield right here. Usually you got a windshield right here, and it has to be at an angle. Well, that worked out perfectly with my brackets here because they're at an angle. So it all fit up real good. I was kind of surprised. I really didn't know how well it was going to turn out or how hard it was going to be to put up, but it really wasn't hard at all. I'm going to snatch these bolts out one at a time and put some Loctite on them. And shoot, man, this sucker's going to be worth its weight in gold. These are just aluminum brackets, just a piece of aluminum flat bar. I got it at the hardware store. And I cut them off, smoothed them off back here at the back. I just cut them off. And that's all there was to that, man. This worked out really well. I'm pleased with it. I'm proud of this. So this keeps some of that sun off of you in the summertime. Huh. Yeah, this is the front side of it. I gotta be honest with you, looks pretty doggone good to me. It even looks pretty well and level. I mean, I can't complain a bit about that. I put Loctite on all these bolts right there. Luckily I had a 1/4 tap. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Looks pretty darn good if I might say so myself. I need to, where I drill the holes in the top, I need to cake that up with some silicone, keep, rain and water and stuff getting in and out. But shoot, man, I can't complain about that at all. Yay. So look right here. These are fresh. These are still wet on the bottom in there. Deer track. There's my house. There's the tracks. Just walking right on along, just like he's paying rent. Of course, with all this ryegrass out here, I'd be surprised if there wasn't some sort of deer track out here. You look. Oh. Look how thick that rye is. I can't get over how thick that stuff is. I didn't spread any of this myself. This year I did it 6-8 years ago, and this stuff just keeps coming back. I mean, look. thick this stuff is. Of course, we've had a wet winter too, but that's good to me. Now, anybody that's watched some of my earlier episodes, my first ones, I had a trail camera sitting on this tree right here. There. Now you can tell exactly where I took my machete and notched it 3 times. 1, 2, 3, so I could remember exactly where it was. Now these cuts are 2 years old, and they're still there. It's a 3 notch. But anyway, if you remember, if you hadn't seen them, you can go back to the earlier episodes a couple years ago. I had a bridge, and there's the old block that I had down here for the bridge. And what it was the bottom wasn't hard, it was still sandy. And it's sandy for a while down there too. It's not, I figured if I could work it in the sand, I'd hit some clay, but I never did. So there's the blocks for them, for the bridge that's still here. It's still here. Now, this is where it was. That's where it is. Trees, limbs are falling, it's windy, limbs are falling. But that's where it is. Here's where it was. That's where it is. That's why I'm kind of hesitant about putting another camera down here, because it hasn't done it while I've had a camera down here, but it has flooded. That's what carried the bridge from here all the way down there. It was a pretty hefty little rain that got it down there. But anyway, that's why, like I said, I'm kind of hesitant to putting one down here, because it's, you know, it's gonna be a warm, wet winter. I'm out here in short sleeve t-shirts. I bet it's 80 degrees, between 75 and 80 degrees, and it's 1st of January down here, first part of January, so it's just hot. It's just hot down here. So I'm probably not gonna put a camera there. There's a lot of action here. I mean, did you see, even on the other side, there's some tracks, and right in there's some tracks. Not very fresh, but they're there. Right up anywhere that sand is, it's kind of, there's some tracks. So I know they're still coming down here, but it's not, the reason I built the bridge is because I wanted to get to the other side without getting wet. But the deer don't care. Neither does a coon or possum or anything like that. They'll just swim across and go at it. So I'm gonna go back up the hill there and probably put another spot out up there. Because this is a junction right here to go up this hill. Yeah,